So what we're doing next is we are going to take the hoe and okay, don't zoom in on me that much.
Well, honey, you're cute. Keep going. All right, guys, good morning. Welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Whew, we're looking homegrown today, baby, like them homegrown taters. Listen, we have already put up a video showing Gabriel how to cut seed potatoes, and we've talked all about that. The potatoes have taken several days to cure and heal over, okay? They've dried up, they've healed over. We let some rain pass, then we let everything dry up, and then we've tilled the garden again, okay? Now, we have some directions here about planting seed potatoes, so I have had Gabriel review it, and we're going to talk about it because this is about teaching him the very basics. And planting potatoes is very, very easy, and there's a lot of different ways to do it, but we're going to go old school, so let's get started. Okay, so we have 4 different varieties of potatoes that we're going to be planting. 2, we have a good stalk in it. I ordered more of it. And then I have a smaller bit, which is the red Pontiac, but they turned out beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then we got some russets, the organic russets from the grocery store. So what I'm hoping to do today is to make 3 long rows, or as long as we can, trying to keep them as close as we can in length. You don't have to do that. But what it's going to be is 1 potato, 2 potato, and then it's going to be a 3rd and 4th potato in the same row, and that's because I have less of those, so we're just going to keep that going in 1 row to keep it kind of even and straight, so we can in a couple of weeks come out and do the rest of our gardening in this area. Okay, all right. Now, one more thing, remember that you can plant potatoes in different ways, and folks do it at different times of the year. You used to really plant potatoes in about the 3rd week or so of February. We get so much rain now that I started holding off and pushing around middle to the end of March. Well, guess what happened this year? We got a ton of rain again. So we're a little bit later than usual. Most potatoes that you're going to find when you plant them, Gabriel, are going to be somewhere around 80 to 100 days, depending on the variety of potato. So that's what we're going for today. So we'll talk about that a little bit later, but let's get these trenches dug. So the first variety that we chose was the Kennebecks. They're going to be your brown potatoes. You can see in the last video we had already cut them and sliced them. We have eyes on each piece. We've cut those accordingly, so you can refer back to that. And they have healed over. You really need a solid 2 days. I almost think is not enough. Most people tell you 2 to 3 days. I'm telling you at least 3 or 4. So you can see this is really healed over. So that's the first variety that we have there. Then right here, we have the Yukon Golds, and you can see they're even bruising. We got to get these in the ground, y'all. Some of these we cut, some of these we didn't. So that was your Yukon Golds. Then right here, folks, we have our seed potatoes from the grocery store. Yes, we did, girl. Yes, we did. These are organic russet potatoes. And last but not least, you can see what I'm talking about. This last little bit right here, which I wished I had gotten a bunch more of these, y'all. They're beautiful, are the red Pontiac. Some of them we cut, some of them we did not. But you can see they're starting to shrivel, and they're very healed over, and they're dry. So it's time to get these in the ground. Okay, what's your question?
Should I dig exactly along this line for the trench?
Well, what you want to do is you want to try your best to line your trench up as long as you can get it, you know, to the edge of the garden. It's not going to be perfect. I mean, if you want to get the tractor out and make it perfect, that's fine. But if you're old school, it's never going to be perfect, and that's sweating the small stuff. You do want to get it several inches deep. How deep did that sheet tell you?
6 inches.
6 inches, that's about right. Dig your 6-inch trench, okay? Go straight down as you can. You can follow that line. You can see where we've tilled, honey, that you're gonna follow that line. You want to keep enough on each room, on each side, so that you can till in between rows. We till this garden, so you're going to want to go through each row of potatoes at least probably twice during the whole 80 to 90, 100 days to keep weeds down and to loosen dirt to pull up onto the potatoes, because you're going to have to pull potatoes up. So you definitely want to give yourself plenty of space, and don't get bit by a yellow jacket right there, but stung by one. But you definitely want to give yourself plenty of space. You ready to dig? You look like you are. All right, let's go. I like it. I like it. No. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come on into the garden where it's loose, which you did, and you're going to want to turn it from the side, okay? And you're going to want to pull. It's less work if you pull from that sharper edge. Now remember, you only need about 6 inches. That's really not that much, okay? And you're just going to keep pulling down. All right, looking good, looking good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that this row is probably gonna be pretty long, baby, because you're gonna plant these seed potatoes about a foot apart. So you're gonna take that first box that's got a good little mess in there, and you're gonna put each one about a foot, or 9, 12, 13, whatever. It didn't have to be 100% perfect, but you get the point. So that's gonna be a good spread right there. Okay, so we're just gonna follow this line right here, and all we're trying to do is get them in the ground today, okay? So the goal is to get our nice little trench using that edge right there, and we're just going on in. We're just going for it. We're building muscle. See? Build muscle, son. And you can definitely see why they call us Rocky Top. All right, so here's the deal. So the goal this year in planting is to expand our pantry, our seed harvest, all these different things. But it's also to teach these people a little about something every year. You really need to make an effort, guys. Because again, doing this one time, even though he may in the end not like it, he's gonna know how to do it. And in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now, this experience could have been life-changing, whether they're 5 years old, 10 years old, or 25 years old. So again, the whole point of these videos is not just to expand our garden and to share that with you, but it is about me teaching my kids. You gotta get them out there in the dirt. These kids these days, folks, they gotta get out in the dirt. Even though I necessarily wasn't in the dirt all the time growing up here and there, I was around people that did it every single year. It was just part of what we did. And so it seems normal. It's not so normal these days. And we've got to change that. Nuna, looking good. All right, now listen. We're about 3/4 of the way down on the row. I think we might have to expand. I don't know. We might have enough. I don't know. So what I'm suggesting you do, honey, is go ahead and plant the seed potatoes. See how far down you get. And then you'll know if you need to make the trench a little bit longer on this one. And that'll help you gauge your others going forth, okay? So let's do it. Okay, so we're just gonna go for it we'll start right here. That's probably a little bit too far. You wanna, about right here, okay? About a foot, and just keep on going. I used to watch an old timer that lived up the road from us. He'd just drop them. He didn't cut his though. So he'd just walk along and scatter them in there. He didn't think about nothing. But you want to try to be, again, about a foot apart. All right. Very good. Now, Gabriel, what did you note as far as when you put them in the ground, which way do you put them in?
The eyes face up.
The eyes
They kind of look like candles.
Yeah, your candles, that's right. They are facing upward because that's what's going to be growing. That's what's going to be coming out as your plant. All right, mom brag. Mom brag. Mom, stop the trench right here. One potato shy, people. Stick with your mama, honey. Stick with your mama. She knows. No, that's a little bit too high. Come on down, because that's still hard ground right there. You want to line it up with that as much as you can.
Here.
That'd be fine. Just start trenching it down. I don't know if this next one's going to be quite as long, but we're going to see, and then we will finish up with this. It's all good, folks. It's all good. I told Gabriel, I said, what is that? He said, that's my getting tired hill. I said, that's your side goggling hill. That's how you know you're garden right there. That's it, that's it. It's a good workout, isn't it? Makes you feel nitty gritty. All right, all we gotta do now is cover it up, son. Just cover them up. I put in the little rebar posts. That is so, I don't know, but they're gonna work just fine to mark the ends of each row. We got about 2 even rows in the middle, and what we did is we ended up spreading out the red Pontiac. Refer back to this, remember that, Gabriel. And then we'll write that down. And then the last one is those russets that we got from the store. So we're just gonna cover them up, and now we can say if it rains this afternoon, well, it's gonna rain. Let's go.
So what we're going to be doing next is we're going to be taking this hoe, and we're going to be basically shoveling the dirt about 1 or 2 inches on top of these potatoes.
Oh, you're gonna want a good 2 inches.
Yeah. And that's because direct sunlight to potatoes, like exposing them to that, is not very good for them.
All right. Somebody did their reading. Now listen, so you know that once those start sprouting and the plant starts coming up, I don't know, 6 inches to a foot, something like that, you're going to want to pull the dirt back up on them again here in a couple weeks.
Yes.
So that's what we're looking for. So right now, I think we should cover them a little bit more. I'd get some more dirt up on them. I like to really cover my potatoes. Keep them in the dark, honey. Keep them in the dark. Okay, son, you're correct, but let me show you how I do it first. I take the rake and I come up over my potatoes on one side, really nice like this, and trying to get deep up over them. See, like that right there, cover it up. And then what I'm gonna do is do the whole row that way, and then Mama is gonna come around to that side again, okay? And I'm gonna come back and then cover from this side. So I'll be coming back up this way like this to make sure that my potatoes are covered from the get-go. Well, got our workout today, now didn't we? Yeah. All right, we got all 3 rows in. These are the basics. We'll have to keep an eye and look for different things along the way. You'll have to hill them some more. We'll have to look for critters and all kinds of things. And when they flower, they're beautiful. So we'll take you along for the progress. If we fail, we fail. But if you don't get it in the ground,
you'll never know.
It's already a no. Guys, we'll see you on the next video. Whew.